Well, good evening. I just want to look at LinkedIn, as a lot of colleagues were asking about LinkedIn, and it is a marvelous opportunity to grow our business connections. And LinkedIn is very different to Facebook. So I've got in front of us my LinkedIn profile, which is a work in progress. But what I would say is it is a very, very promising platform. So why? Well, clearly it's for business. And when you connect with someone on LinkedIn, you know, you're there for business. People understand that. So what I've done here on my LinkedIn profile is, now let me pause a moment. This is not my profile for getting a day job. This is my profile for online work and helping, as it says here, business owners with simplified marketing for real results. Now, you can do this in Canva. I actually had a friend and a colleague put this together for me, but you can very simply create the graphic and the words. Now, that said, obviously you need to think really clearly about your words and your copy, and we'll come to that another time. And I'm very happy to help people with that. And obviously Aldine will as well, because that's his area of expertise. So ignoring for the moment the copy, which is super important, so I don't mean to ignore it altogether. Have a banner, be very clear about your brand and what you represent. Now, here obviously you have your name, and this is picked up from one of my articles and details below. So the difference with LinkedIn is you can use LinkedIn, clearly we all know, to promote your CV and get a job, but that's not what I'm doing here. So this is a profile that speaks to small business owners and home business owners, and actually people who have larger businesses, but it's not intended to speak to people who are looking for a job. Then that's the difference. Now, it's a little known fact actually that people can use LinkedIn in this way. So here I've written articles, so the articles are there. Now, experience. I'm not putting in my work experience. I'm using these sections to add details about products and affiliate products, perhaps. Here I've got the Online Entrepreneur Academy here. So this is just simply come and join us. So as you can see, the headline, which would traditionally be where I'd worked, is telling us here, whoops, typo there, I'm going to have to correct that. So perhaps that's a good opportunity to go in and show you what happens here. So, wow. So title, traditionally on LinkedIn, this would be the job title: manager, assistant, whatever would be here. Company, ignore the fact that it's a company, just put what you want to have in the second line. So here, I've explained what the Online Entrepreneur Academy is. The location is, and in LinkedIn, you have to spell it out. It's not a hyperlink. So I've got join here, and I've got that there so people can copy and paste. And I've chosen from October to present. And then there's a description, which I think is, you'll fair enough, you'll understand that that's what we do in the Online Entrepreneur Academy. So this is not a sale of a product or anything, it's just genuinely the group that we have. And for some reason, I've got the picture here twice. I'm going to have to work out why that's there. So that's all good. And I've uploaded and the link is there. Actually, let's have a look at that. I may be discovering something here as we go along. I have a feeling that when I put the link in, it created the picture. So let's have a look here as I'm probably going to get another picture. Incorrectly formatted. Okay, well, I'll come back to that. But as I remember, the link generated the picture, and that seems to what we have here. So let me just save that because I've gone back to, I was editing it there. Okay, and as you can see, it's been edited. So basically, where traditionally on LinkedIn, you would have your work history, you can add in as many as you like. Updates, here's a link to the online weekly training with MLSP, so I've got that there. Education, I honestly don't think I need all of this now, and I'm probably going to delete some of it. So I would just put in the education that you feel is relevant to where you are now, what you're promoting. Are you promoting a coaching service? Are you promoting a network marketing company business. And again, I wouldn't put the network marketing company name there, but you could say network market work. You work in network marketing. You might want to put some of the skills that you've acquired if you've done business training, marketing, and that all speaks to where you are now in the business. Now, on LinkedIn, where is it different to Facebook? Well, you're not going to get restricted, Facebook jail, you're not going to get restricted for connecting with people. So you can go and connect with people, and you can search for friends, you can search for companies. One good thing to do is to put in a search for where people used to work. So you might, let's say you're looking for people who worked with Avon. Avon Australia has closed down, so I might actually, I can look for people here, so it should come across here. So I would look for locations. So in this example, I'm going to use Australia. Haven't tried this out, so let's see how it works, but the principle's there. Current companies, I'm going to change to past companies. That should, interesting. Should connect down to past company. Okay. All filters I should go to. So this is not, the intention here is not to give a massive tour of LinkedIn. I'm just giving you some very basic starting points. I've talked about the profile. Now we're talking about how we can make connections. So I'm going to add a previous company. So I'm going to put Avon. And I say I've chosen Avon because, not because I work with health and beauty companies, but because I know that Avon shut down in Australia. So if I now apply, with any luck, I will now, okay, looks like I did something wrong, which is rather irritating, but let's try again. So connections, I want second. I forgot to do that, I think. Locations, we said Australia. Okay, you can see some connections coming up in Brighton, but I want to add Australia. I did Australia, and then I'm going to, let's just put a current company for want of, let's just go Avon, see what happens. Apply. Now, yeah, okay, so I've got, well, a load of results. And these are coming for the UK because, as we know, that Avon in Australia has shut down, or they don't work in Australia anymore. So this will give you connections. And then what I personally would do is, I always go here. I look at the profile. Now, if some, let's see what's happening. Yeah, she's active on LinkedIn. So here it won't work, but you can go to connect here, and then you can add a note. So always personalize it. So I would say, hello, oops, typo queen, as we said. Hello, Serena. I've come. I do actually have a basic message prepared in Word, and I just usually copy paste it in, and very importantly, definitely adapt it to the person I'm talking to. So it's one or two sentences. I always use their name, and I would want them to know that I have looked at their profile. So I've come across your profile on LinkedIn. Gosh, this is not a good day for typing, is it? Sorry about that, folks. And it seems a nice idea to connect. Sometimes I'll mention the company they work with. Sometimes if they're in my local area, I'll mention I'm just down the road from you. This is someone who's in the UK. I'm just going to keep it simple for the sake of this example. Some people think, kind wishes, kind regards is a bit too formal, but it's my style. I like to do it that way. So everyone will have their own style. So hello, Serena. Come on, Serena. Seems a nice idea to connect. Grammarly says I shouldn't use the comma. I've actually quite liked it, but we'll leave it at that. And I'm sending the invitation. So she's got a personalized invitation now from me. And if she checks LinkedIn, she'll probably see it. hopefully she'll go to my profile and see that I'm someone who looks quite decent and accept the invitation, and more about what you can do after that. But the important thing is, in circling back to how LinkedIn is different to Facebook, is that you can immediately go into a business conversation. Now, I'm not in any way saying that I will immediately say, hey, do you want to come and join me in my business, my whatever? Absolutely not. But in an elegant way, it's absolutely fine to say, I've got something that might be of interest to you here. And I'm not talking about a business opportunity. I'm talking about help maybe with the way she does business, because I'm in the area of helping people with their skills. If they ask me about a business opportunity, yes, I will respond to them. But at the moment, I'm connecting with her, hoping that I can help her with her online skills, or I may have something that she'll need, or she may ask me about something that I can where I can recommend she get in touch with another person, or look at a certain product or a way of marketing. But the point of connecting with this young lady is she is a network marketer. She is someone that I may be able to help out. So I've connected with her there. So let me just sort of wandered a little bit here, and I apologize for that. Let's just recap on what we've got here so far, because there's a lot that you can do before I do my webinar, which will be very focused and with notes afterwards, so you can go back on it. But you need to have your profile set up. Just take a picture of yourself, pop it into Canva. If you don't know how to do that, I'm politely saying pop it into Canva. If you've not used Canva, I'd be happy to help you. But at the very least, have a professional profile picture, clear, clean, just you in it, looking happy, and have your name, and start to think about what you will include here. And then also, if you've already got a LinkedIn profile with, the previous jobs or even your current day job, take that out, because the purpose of you being on LinkedIn is for your own business, for your brick and mortar business, for the business that you're building up in your spare time, for your network marketing business, for your coaching business, to promote your books. It needs to speak to that, not what we did when we were kids, or what we did last year when we had a part-time job, etc. It's just irrelevant. It's not that it's not important. It's not that we don't respect having a job. It's just not relevant to a day job, that is. It's just not relevant to the LinkedIn profile that we're creating now. And the second point I mentioned was about connections. Facebook will penalize us if we send out lots of messages. LinkedIn doesn't. All LinkedIn will do is say that you've approached your limit. Just keep going until they actually stop you. And then you have a choice. If you see here, it says try premium for a month. Now, I would say when you've got a little bit more savvy with LinkedIn, you get the premium for a month because it's free and you'll be able to make lots and lots of connections. But what I'm doing at the moment is, this is a new platform for me and it's working extremely well, is I'm practicing searching, I'm practicing sending messages, I'm seeing what works. So when I feel that I'm proficient, which is going to be in a couple of weeks' time, and when my LinkedIn actually stopped me from making connections, I will then take the premium for a month and just make as many connections as possible there. And yeah, sure, I could carry on using it if I want to, but it's basically limitless, unlimited, infinite connections for a month. But get your LinkedIn profile ready first. Get a few bits of information up, as I have done here. You'll see. Start adding posts, and then you can take full advantage of this 3 months worth of LinkedIn premium access. So that's the very, very basics. And if you haven't got your LinkedIn profile set up in this sort of way, then it is a chance to do it. If anyone would like of this, well, you can go to my profile and pick it up if you like, or I can send it to you. This is a really good handout here. It's totally free. You can just pick that up here. If you would like me to send it to you, I'm very happy to, and I'll probably pop it in the units in the Online Entrepreneur Academy. If you're listening to this and you're not a member, send me a message and we'll be happy to add you in. Okay, so that is the very starter overview to LinkedIn. I look forward to having you join me on the webinar when I'm going to go from A to Z, and you'll need to be ready with your profile to take full advantage of that webinar, which is coming out over the next week. So I'll keep you well informed about that. Please have a lovely evening. get your LinkedIn profile set up. Have a look around what other people are doing, see what you like, see what works for you, because this is an untapped source of gold, because it works in a different way to Facebook, and people are very keen to do business, and it's just a brilliant place to be. Okay, so I'm going to pause this now. And as I say, wish you a very good evening. And if there are any questions, please do buzz me.